Hi, I'm going to teach you how to make grilled cheese. So first assemble your ingredients and your materials. You're going to need 2 slices of bread, some butter, about 2 tablespoons, some cheddar cheese, and a small pan. That's it. I'm going to teach you how to make just a regular grilled cheese. It's classic, it's really easy and satisfying for a lunch. But I'm also going to show you how you can add some other things to your grilled cheese to take it up a notch. So first you're going to start by turning on your pan. You want it on a medium low. If I'm looking at my dial here, I'm going to turn it to the medium heat setting, and then I'm going to go one below it. So that could be different on your stove. This might be just a number 5. Turn it just one below that middle number, and that'll be your medium heat. Next, I'm going to take my butter. I've just sliced it. You could measure yours out if you want. You don't need a whole bunch, but a couple teaspoons to a tablespoon should do fine. And just let that melt in the middle of your pan. So while my butter is melting in the pan, I'm ready to assemble my sandwich. So for a classic grilled cheese, all you need to do is put 2 or 3 slices of cheese on one piece of bread, and then put the other bread on top. And as soon as the butter is ready, we can put our sandwich in the pan just like this. Maybe if you want a little bit of extra flavor, you can add a little bit of pepper on top. But for a classic grilled cheese, this is ready to go. I'm going to show you what it looks like when your butter is ready in the pan. So you can see my butter's all melted and see how it's bubbling all around. That tells me that my butter is ready for the sandwich to go in. So I'm just going to take my grilled cheese, set it in the center just like that, flatten it out, and I'm going to let it cook for a couple minutes. I am going to keep my eye on it, but I want to let it cook like this for just a couple minutes until one side is golden brown. So if I want to speed up the process a little bit, I can cover the top of my pan with a lid. You just want to make sure it's a food safe covering. So it'll be a metal one like this, it might be glass, but it will cook up a little faster with all the heat getting trapped inside. So leave it for a minute and then make sure you check it, and we'll have a look at the bottom to see if it's starting to brown. It's been a minute and I'm ready to check on my grilled cheese. I can actually smell that it's starting to cook because this really nutty smell is coming up from this butter. You see how it's turned kind of brown? That tells me that the butter is getting nice and cooked and that it's probably turning the underside of this brown. This is quite hard to do one-handed, but let's see. Oh yeah, that is nice and brown. So now I'm ready to flip it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the sandwich with my spatula, set it to the side, and I'm going to drop in just a little bit more butter. So I'll let that swirl around in the middle, get nice and melted. You see that it's already nice and hot in this pan and it melts right away. So now I'm ready to add my sandwich back in. We'll see if I can do it one-handed. Yes. So we'll flip that over. We're gonna brown the other side, noticing that I'm flattening my sandwich out. This will just help make a smaller surface area. So it's gonna give that cheese an opportunity to melt even more. Looks great. I'm gonna cover it, leave it for just one more minute, and we'll be ready to eat this. So while I let my sandwich finish cooking, I'm going to show you another way to make grilled cheese, just to take it up a notch. So in my lunch kit, I got some tuna. So to get the tuna ready, all I had to do was use a can opener and drain all the water out without letting the tuna fall out. Once it's nice and drained, you can put it into a bowl like this. And I added a couple spoonfuls of mayonnaise and a little bit of pepper. Remember, too much pepper makes it really spicy. Too much mayo is going to make it really slimy. So for me, I like about 2 tablespoons in my bowl of tuna and like a half teaspoon of pepper if you want to measure it out. Then I'm going to take my fork and I'm just going to break up all the tuna. Okay, so I've mixed up my tuna really well. There's no giant pieces of tuna in here. I've made sure it's all mashed up and it's all mixed together. So now I'm ready to put it on my other grilled cheese that I have prepared. So I've got a piece of bread here with 3 pieces of cheese, And I'm just gonna add a thin layer of tuna on top. So it's not lots, just a nice thin layer. And I also got in my lunch bag these grape tomatoes. So I love tomatoes. So I've cut them all in half, and I'm just going to line up some on top of the tuna like that. And then I'm gonna add a couple pieces of cheese on top, finish with my piece of bread, and then I'm gonna repeat the same process that I did before. Just a little bit of butter in the pan, make sure that it's bubbling before you put your sandwich on. Give it a couple minutes, covered or uncovered, just until it's getting nice and brown on the one side. Add a little bit more butter before you flip it and let it get all nice and melty, and you've got a really good lunch right here. So just to finish, I want to show you a couple different ways you can cut it. If you like your grilled cheese in triangles, you want to see your sandwich as a square shape, right? So if I want triangles, I'm going to put the tip of my knife on one corner, and I'm going to cut all the way across to the other corner. So just really carefully cut from one corner to the other. And you can eat them just like this. If you want 4, you can cut them this way. And then you've got these nice little grilled cheese triangles. If you would prefer squares, give your square sandwich a cut down the middle and then one across. Just different ways you can cut it. So when it comes to serving your grilled cheese and deciding what you want to have on the side, your options are kind of endless. In my lunch kit, I got an apple. This would be super good if you just wanted to slice it up, chop up a little mini cucumber, or in this lunch bag, a couple things caught my eye. These canned oranges or these goldfish, which is what I'm going to use as my side with my grilled cheese. So I'm just gonna pour a couple goldfish on the side. I'm gonna cut up my apple. Make sure that you wash it first with some water, and then just slice it up into a couple slices, and now you're ready to have lunch. So I hope that this recipe works out really good for you and you enjoy your lunch.